America, Southeast Asia, or anywhere else around the world. I'm so happy you're here with me today. Okay, this channel, okay, thank you for tuning in, my friend. This channel is dedicated to sharing you the spiritual wisdom and human warmth found in the words of Chinese author Xuemo. So, no matter where you are joining from, I hope you can feel a sense of peace, inspiration, and connection in this little corner of internet. Yeah, Mr. Xuemo, who is Mr. Xuemo? Let's talk about who is Mr. Xuemo. Yeah, so the author Xuemo is my teacher. Can you see the background behind me? This gentleman, this gentle and wisdom man is our author Xuemo. Yeah, Mr. Xuemo. Okay, this is our author Xuemo. Mr. Xuemo is born in 1963 at Shanghai Hong. He's a renowned writer from Gansu province, China. He has written over 80 books and published in more than 300 editions, with translation available in over 20 languages, including English, French, German, Korea, Russia, Spanish, and so on. So Mr. Xuemo is one of the most influential contemporary writers, and his audiobooks, Buddha's Wisdom, Xuemo interpreted the Diamond Sutra, this book, okay, on the Himalayan platform, has been played over 40 million times and remained a top-ranking program. And our Autosoma series was on Largest Mind. Xuemo interpret Tao Te Ching has been shown nearly 1 million copies in China. Since 2019, Mr. Xuemo's work has been featured in independent books at major international book fairs and film festivals in Germany, London, the United States, and across Asia. In the 2022, Mr. Xuemo topped the international media spotlight list at the Frankfurt Book Fair, showing more attention than the guest of honor Spain. This achievement was hailed as one of the most remarkable and memorable events of the Frankfurt Book Fair 2022. Notably, more than 10 of our author's work has been translated by Holt Goblet and Sylvain Richelieu, the distinguished translator of Nobel Prize-winning literature. So the research center devoted to our author Xuemo's work has been established at Ningbo University and Central South University. So, and our author Xuemo's novel Into the Desert won the 2022 Excellent Translation Award by the China International Communication Group. And also, this book, Into the Desert, is the winner of the 2024 New York City Big Book Award for Women Fictions and the 2024 Independent Press Award for Literary Fictions. So Mr. Xuemo has been named International Impact Book Award Authors of the Year 2025 for Into the Desert. So his novel, The Causes of Xixia Kingdom, won the 2022-2024 New York City Big Book Award for the World Literature, and the novel Why Fox Read won the 2024 International Impact Book Award, and it was also honored with the 2025 International Book Awards and the 2026 New York City Big Book Award, and the White Tiger Pass received the 2026 International Impact Book Award. Mr. Xuemo has been nominated 3 times for the Mountain Literature Prize and has won the Dunhuang Literature and Art Award 6 consecutive times. The ebook editions of The Desert Rise, Desert Hunter, White Tiger Pass, and Love Letters from the Goddess, Eternal Love, and Reclaim the Throne of Your Heart has repeated ranked #1 on Amazon bestseller list. So this is our author Xuemo, yeah? So, Mr. Xuemo's story bridges Eastern wisdom and universal human emotions, offering readers around the world deep insight and timeless inspiration. So, if you love meaningful story, profound thoughts, and beautifully written books, you're absolutely in the right place. Reading is not only about getting knowledge, yeah, it's a way to nourish our soul, to remember who we are, and to discover peace and clarity. So, my friend, don't just scroll past. hit the follow button and subscribe our channel and stay with us. Yeah, we go live different times every day, bringing you fun story, inspiring talks, and good vibes. This is a space full of warmth, positivity, and love. So make yourself at home right here and drop a comment below if you have any questions. So let's spend a wonderful time together right here. Let's spend a wonderful time together right here. So today I'm going to, our topic is where is our mind? Where is our mind? And how could we find our minds? So when you want to find our minds, that is the guidance from this book, Beyond Emptiness, written by our author Xuemo. This book is a lot of readers that after they read this book, first they will change their mind and thus take actions, and then the actions become the wave of their life, and then their destiny it will be changed because of this book's guidance. Okay, so where is our mind? Where is our mind? So once you finish physical cultivation training, when you finish the cultivation training, yeah, so and your body and your mind grow tranquil. You may move on to the mind seeking chapter, the mind seeking chapters. This is the most vital stage, and its purpose is to discover the true mind. Okay, how to discover our true mind, which match the ancient saying, all phenomena abide within the mind, all the things arise from the mind. Through this practice, you come to recognize your original true mind. Yeah, bear in mind, these verses not mere philosophical ideas, but practical methods. You need to reflect deeply and adjust your body and mind constantly. Now I will explain how to claim your body and your mind, and how to seek the true mind amid walking, standing, sitting, and laying down. Hi viewer, if you're new here, don't forget to follow our channel, yeah, for more updates and for more wisdom books written by Chinese author Xuemo. So, okay, sit calmly, observe your own mind, relax fully, dwell in ease and openness, draw awareness inward to self-reflect. Keep tensions and gentleness well balanced. Observe where your mind abides. Does it remain steady and self-grounded and self-governed? If your mind drifts away entirely, you become not different from wood, clay, and or stone. If you do possess a conscious mind, where exactly does the mind reside? Where exactly does the mind reside? If it dwells inside in our body, in which spots? In which spot can you trace and find it? Search first through the hair. Is your hair? Is the heart? Is your mind in your hair? No. And search the fine body hairs. Is your mind in your fine body hairs? Actually, no. Then examine the limbs. Examine the limbs. Is the mind in your limbs? No. And examine the joints one by one. Is our mind in our joints? Actually, no. You cannot find our minds in the joints. Okay? And also, check the skin. Check out the skin. Is our mind in our skin? No, we cannot find it. Check out the flesh of our body. Is our mind in our flesh? No. and check out the bonds in our body. Is the mind in our bonds? No, actually, we cannot find it. Followed by the five visceral and sex horror organs. Our mind in our five visceral and the sex organs. No, we cannot find that. Search every part. Search every part in proper sequence. Keep looking inward with sincere invocation. What hue does this mind hold? What things does it resemble in forms? When joy, pain surge intensely, or anger bursts forth violently, focus harder to seek your mind. Focus harder to seek your mind. Yeah? And involve inwardly with earnest, earnest intent. Whether bowing in worship or walking in meditation, never apart from this practice of mind seeking. Okay? When physical sensation arise, stop to search. Where is the mind right now? Where is our mind right now? Yeah? When when body and mind grow weary, ask yourself, where has the mind gone? Where has the mind gone? When chaotic wandering thoughts arise, pause to locate your, your scattered mind. I'm so sorry, okay? So, when abiding in mindful observation, keep checking where awareness rests. Cut out delusive thoughts without delay. Practice steadily day and night without cease. When the mind grows lucid and clear, abide peacefully, free from clinging attachment. If you struggle to locate the mind, turn inward to watch the mind's movement. When delusion emerge, observe each stray thought. Pay close attention to this subtle, stirring. Perceive sensations with full clarity and wakefulness. This lucid awareness is the bright essence of the mind. Further observe and physical feeling and sensation. Okay? Hi, welcome Jensen. Nice to meet you. How's anything? Yeah, long time. I'm so happy you're here with me today. Okay, hi Peter. How's anything? So let's continue to talk about the book. Okay. Perceive sensation with full clarity and wakefulness. This lucid awareness is the bright essence of the mind. Further observe all physical feeling and sensations. Reflect and comprehend deeply from this practice. Practice long enough, you will enter the Tao. You will enter the Tao and transcend worldly restlessness restlessness in time. Yeah. So that is the guidance how to find our mind in our body. And you can got the guidance from this book, Beyond Emptiness. Yeah. So after chaotic thoughts settle down, sit quietly to observe your inner mind. You may practice these both before and after inner heat meditation. Do you know the heat meditation? Okay, so there is the fast way to hi. Yeah, I'm okay. How about you? Jensen? Jensen. So I'm so great. Okay. So our author Xuemo has a way to has a guidance to train the heat meditation, the inner heat meditation. Okay. So there's a story about how many years ago? 30 years ago. 30 30 years ago. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So there's a story about our author Xuemo's son. Our author Xuemo's son. Mr. Xuemo's son is a youth writer in China. Yeah. 30 years ago, as a son of the writers of the writer. So his son cannot write the article. Mr. Xuemo's son cannot write the articles. Can you imagine that? And then his teacher said told to him, so your father is a writer. You cannot write an article. So is that your father is really a writer? And then our author Shermer just trained his son for one day, and then his son can write a very good articles. So that is the inner heat meditation. That's the inner heat meditations. So how to train that? So our author Shermer will ask his son to visualize the fire, to visualize the fires in his body. So the fire from his belly, and the fire is at the very beginning, it's just like the candle fire, the fire of the candle, and then the the fire are becoming bigger and bigger, bigger and bigger, and then the fire just burn to this way, to the heart, to his heart, and then all his heart was burning the fire, and the fire and his body become the fire. He can first first our autism training is that you have to feel the heat of the fire, and smell the fire, and touch the fire, okay, and see the fires and everything, and when you wholeheartedly focus on the fire. So, and his son was feeling very, very hot in the winter. So that is the inner heat meditation, the inner heat meditation, and then all the rooms are become the fire, all the cities are become the fire, and then all the countries become the fire, and the fire just flow to all over the world, flow to the moon, flow to the Mars, flow to the universal. Yeah. So that is some kind of heat, inner heat meditations. So all over the world, all the universal are become the fire, and then Mr. Sherman asked his sons, how you feel now? He said that I feel hot. I can feel the hot. I can feel the fire. I can see the fire. I can smell the fire. I can hear the fire. Anything of the fires, I know that. So I know how to write the article. So the first article our autism teach his son to write is the fire, the heat, the heat from the fire, the heat from the fire. So from that moment, his son can write a very good articles. Yeah. So that is some kind of heat meditations, but that is not just trained for one day. Okay. So for some people, they will train the heat in the heat meditations for about 12 years. Some of them they will train at least 3 years. Okay. So okay, when you may practice this both before and after the inner heat meditations, as well as alongside other forms of the training. Yeah, it's okay. The core goal is to calm the mind down. So whatever we do, we just want to calm our mind down. Okay. So ideally into the state of almost stillness. Only in deep stillness can genuine mindful observation happens. So, if your mind remains restless, you will only analyze these things rationally. rationally, okay, which bear little real spiritual meaning. Yeah, my observation belong to spiritual cultivation of inner nature. Yeah, so after finishing the foundational physical training, okay. So the foundational physical training, for example, the standing meditations, okay, and sometimes sitting meditations is also okay, okay. So we move into the inner nature practice. We move into the inner nature practice. Is focused in realizing the Tao itself, rather than merely learning skillful techniques. Okay, in ancient times, this practice was kept secret, passing down only privately. So, and the sixth Zen master studied under the fifth master, and his master give him private guidance on inner natures inside a secluded room. Okay, both covered them, both covered themselves with Xixia and spoke in whisper, so no one else could overhear. This shows how highly ancient master valued his teachings. Yeah. So, and this kind of teaching, the mind seeking, okay, and the mind seeking part is for the secret training, okay. So this inner wisdom is a pressure hidden treasure. The master keep it secret for another reason. Yeah, the people who learn it too easy, too early, often take it lightly, thinking it is simple and insignificant. Therefore, you must settle in complete and profound stillness first. Only then can you begin to explore the innate wisdom essence within humanity. Yeah. So let's continue to talk about that. Okay. Sit still. Okay. Sit still. Avoid avoid fidgeting your body. Avoid fidgeting your body. Okay. You have to avoid fidgeting your body. Okay. Relax completely and observe your mind with openness and calm. Yeah. Do not worry whether wandering thoughts appear or not. Okay. Simply abide in the state of relaxed mindful awareness. This practice is extremely important. Yeah. Do not only read the words on the page. You must ponder it uh, thoroughly, okay, thoroughly, okay, and embody it within your body and your whole life. If you cannot yet enter this stage, go back to the previous chapters of the physical life's energy practice. For example, standing meditation and sitting meditations. Okay, and sometimes we just take a deep breath and keep the breath in our belly. Okay, the breath through our nose and to our neck and to our chest and to our belly. Okay, just keep the breath in our belly. Okay, so that's some kind of physical life energy practice. Yeah, cultivate your body well so it become more obedient and stable. Yeah, this is the book. Okay, and this book it will also give you the method and the guidance and the tiny example uh, part to train your body and your mind. Yeah. So also there is a message between our author Xuemo and the main character of the eternal love. Yeah, right here, eternal love. Yeah. So can you imagine that? Can you imagine that this book, the main character of the Yato, she got a tongue cancer. She was diagnosed by the doctor that's got tongue cancer, and the doctor said she only have 2 or 3 months left to live. Yeah, but under the guidance by our author Xuemo, she lived for more 4 years. So at the very beginning, in the afternoon, so Yato's tongue was into her, and then she go to the hospital for the body check. Okay, she go to the hospital for the body check. Yeah, it's great. It's great. Okay, the weather is so great. Okay. Now it's summer. It's a little hot. It's a little hot in summer, but for us, we don't need in Gansu province, Western China, we don't need to turn on the aircon. Okay, so in the room, it's so cool in the room. Yeah. So during the when I go to sleep, I have to take the blanket. Okay, yeah. So let's continue to talk about the story of this book. Okay, Eternal Love. Yato, when her tongue feels a little hurt, and she go to the hospital for the body check, and then the bad news just like the truck hit her. Okay, and the doctor said she got the terminal tongue cancer. Okay, she only have 2 or 3 months left to live. Yeah, and and then we know what happened. We know what happened. Okay, after she diagnosed by the doctor that she got a tongue cancer, she have no idea what to do. Okay, but she remember there is a book written by our author Xuemo, and this book was sent by a reader when she joined the reading corner. Is this book Beyond Emptiness? And then during this book there is a business card of our author Xuemo. And then the reader sincerely told to the main character of Yato is that if you have any if you have any problem, you can phone to our author Xuemo anytime, anywhere. Yeah. And then in her tough period, when he diagnosed by the doctor that's got tongue cancer, okay, so remember the book of the Beyond Emptiness. And even though she didn't read the book, she just she just overview the books, okay, one times, okay. And Yato said this book is so great. Okay, if I have time, if I'm free, I will stop and read the books carefully. Okay, one sentence by sentence, read this book. And then she didn't start to read the Beyond Emptiness, the book, and then the tongue cancer go to her, and the tongue cancer came to her. So and then she was so fear, and then she remembered that the reader said you can phone our author Shemos anytime, anywhere if you have any problems. Yeah, and then she take out the business card from her purse, and she does something crazy. She phoned our author Shemo as a stranger. Okay, she phoned our author Shemo as a stranger. And after Miss Shemo answered the phone, okay, Miss Shemo answered the phone, she couldn't stop for cry. The lady, she couldn't stop for cry. She just cried for half an hour. Can you imagine that? As a stranger, our author Shemo just listen for Yatos cry for half an hour. Yeah. So, okay, so why do I say this story? Because this story this story will show you how our autism will give the guidance to Yato how to find the minds, how to let Yato transform the fear into something else, into the inner balance. Yeah, yeah. Lois never cry. Okay, Daniel. Yeah. So let's continue to talk about the story. Yeah. And then Yato, Xixia or author Xuemo, anything happened to her. Okay. So and our author Xuemo told to her, okay, let's turn this fear into something else in your life, Daniel. Yeah. So, and then our autism, you know that our autism are speaking the Gansu dialect with an accent of the Gansu dialect. And his Mandarin is actually not so good. Mr. Sherman's Mandarin are not so good. It's not so good. And the peoples in this area near the Gansu, in the Gansu province, China, so the people just speak the Gansu dialect. So at the very beginning, when I first come to this city, so I can even know a little, I know nothing about the Gansu dialect. I can communication with the villagers, yeah. Even though they smile to me and they say hello to me, but I cannot hear any words from them. Yeah, and then our author Shema sent a text message to Yato. Okay, the text message is just like that. Okay, replace all your thoughts with a fearful mind and emotions. Yeah, when we pay attention to our fear, we see it empty with no real substance. At times like this, we don't sense external world of ourselves. We just we just feel a bright awareness which we should maintain without getting attached to it. When that happens, we will experience something dreamlike and illusory. As they we should enjoy in peace without letting down our guard. While staying in supplicating myself to listen to the voice deep in our minds, as well let go of all attachment and longing for the mortal world. We need to know that our inherent wisdom, which one with the great tower, yeah, one with the great tower, is smiling brightly at us. Yeah, we need to know that our inherent wisdom is smiling brightly at us. Yeah, such a realization means to comprehend the truth and see nature in its original appearance. Yeah, as little by little, we enter the hall of the truth. So for now, stay with the sensation and let it become a life of habit of ours, so we can abide in brilliant and illusory state, being alert, living naturally without any affliction. Yeah, it is like total realization under winter sun to enjoy the warm sunlight. Let us enter the dreamy, illusory state and move away from all the games in the world, so we can be in empathy. So we can be in an empathy inferior conditions before enhance our watchfulness to take in our eyes, ears, tongue, body, and mind. Then we will have a heightened sense of brilliance and empathiness, which is hard to express in words. It's beyond the ability of our narrative to convey and describe. Just listen to the sound of an empty mind. Yeah. So there's a way our autosomers always said. So we can lay in the meadow outside. We can lay down in the meadow outside Okay, just just watch the cloud in the sky. Okay, so and our mind are become empty. Yeah. So then we have a heightened sense of brilliance and emptiness. Yeah. So it is hard to express in words. It's beyond the ability of our narrative to convey and describe. Yeah. Just listen to the sounds from the empty mind. So in your mind I become empty during that moment. During that moment. Yeah. So but you can hear the birds singing far away. So when you lay down in the meadow outside and just watch the skies, and you can see the sky with empty mind, but you can hear the songs was singing by the birds far away. That is very important. So if you have an empty mind, that's not the actual way. Yeah. Hi, Lucas. Nice to meet you. Lucas, nice to meet you. This is Louis from Western China. If you're new here, don't forget to follow our channel, Lucas. Yeah. How's anything, my friend Lucas? So let's continue talk about the book. Okay. The guidance from this book is on emptiness and eternal love. Yeah. So okay, just listen to the signs of empty mind. It is akin to a deaf person listening to sounds. Okay, we listen, but won't be controlled by by the sound. Yeah, it is also resemble a blind person looking. A blind person looking. Hi, my friend Rick. Nice to meet you. How's anything? Long time no see, my friend. Okay, how's anything? This is Louis from Western China. If you're new here, don't forget to follow our channel. Yeah. So let's continue to talk about that. Okay. Mm, it is also resemble a blind person looking. Yeah. Our eyes see. Okay, but none of false image of the external world can enter our mind. Yeah. So just just feel the sentence, just feel the guidance from this book. Okay. And also, but our mind are open and clear, so we savor all meaning of life. Yeah. Like a tea expert, like a tea expert, we taste something real that can be detached normally. At, at times like this, we are not attached to the external world, but our mind are open and clear, so we can savor all meanings of our life, while they remain spotless and as a flat as a mirror. Hi, Lucas. Uh, Actually, I'm not the writers. I'm not the writers. So I'm the writer's student. Okay. So can you see the writer is behind me? The pictures, writer Xuemo. Yeah. So Mr. Xuemo has written more than 80 titles with over 300 editors. Can you imagine that? So our author Xuemo is a very hardworking an enlightenment writer. Okay, enlightenment writer. So our author streamer, he wake up to 4 a.m. until 11 p.m. So all his job was reading and writing, reading and writing. That's our author streamer. Is my teacher streamer. Yeah. So I'm Louis from Western China. Lucas, yeah. So, Mr. Sharma, okay, I'm going to share you a good news about our author Sharma. So, in the years of 2026, our author Sharma will publish about 12 books, totally 12 books. Okay, 12 books in the years of 2026. Yeah. So, what's in largest mind? 9 books. and koala needs love. Yeah, and the joys of the Pachamama. Okay, the story about Mexican. Okay, there's another book, and oversea and oversea is another novel. Yeah, so actually our authorship will be published about 12, 12 books in the years of 2026. Can you imagine that in such a writer, such a hardworking writer, from the age of 25 to 46, 20 years, totally 20 years, Mr. Xuemo just only write 3 books. And these 3 books, just as the desert trilogies, okay? The desert trilogies, okay? What about your morning sections? Yeah, that's great, okay? So let's continue to talk about that. Actually, our morning sections sometimes is based upon this book, okay? Beyond emptiness, yeah? So, okay, you know that Mr. Xuemo has write this book, these 3 books for about 20 years, from the age of 25 to 46. No, yeah, no, actually, our author will fly to Beijing tomorrow. Yeah, now he's our academy, the room next to me. Okay, the room next to me. So our author will go to take a conversation on Zoom. Okay, about 40 minutes later, the Zoom 40 minutes later. Yeah. So let's continue to talk about that. Okay, the story of our author Xuemo. Sorry, I can. Sorry, I can, my friend. Yeah. So our author will take the conversation on Zoom. Yeah. So you can go to our main page to find the website to the Zoom. Okay. So our author we have a conversation in the scholar with the scholars all over the world. Some the scholar from US, the scholar from Canada, UK, and also Iran. Yeah, and some scholar are from Italy. Yeah, a lot of scholar all over the world. Okay, so 40 minutes later at 8 p.m. in China. Uh, really? It's not a paid section. Oh, I don't know that. I don't know that. So is that free for the overseas reader? Is that free for the overseas reader? Yeah, I don't know. So in China there is the paid sections, but for overseas reader, there is free. There's free, my friend Daniel. Yeah. Oh, I got that. I got that. Because just I okay, we take part in is free. No, no. It's only free for the for China. Actually, the readers in China, they pay for they pay for the sections. They pay for the sections, the room. Okay. So let's continue to talk about our author Xuemo's work. Okay. So mm, let's talk about our author Xuemo's work. Okay. So our author Xuemo, okay, during these 20 years, our autism write the desert trilogies. But the desert trilogies and the desert trilogies, our autism used write these 3 books for 20 years. So do you know how our autism is training for writing these 3 books for 20 years? Yeah. So our autism will wake up at 4 a.m. At 4 a.m. and start his meditation. Okay, okay, between his meditation and visualization, so our autism will be begin his writing and hi, 谢谢，谢谢，yeah. So our autism we study how to say that. So between the meditation and visualization, our autism we do his writing and reading. Yeah. So can you imagine that our author Xuemo during these 20 years, Mr. Xuemo only write 3 books, and especially the first book. The first book is The Desert Rise. This book, our author Xuemo write this book for about 12 years in total. Yeah. Can you imagine that? 12 years in total. So this five, during these 12 years and 5 years totally, our author Xuemo cannot write a single word. He cannot write a single word. Can you imagine that? So as a writer, can write about 12 books a year. Okay, actually, that's at least 12 books a year. And then during these 12 years, he only writes one book. And for 5 years, he cannot write a single word. From the age of 25 to 46, from 1988 to the years of 2000, our author only write this book. So in China, there is a legacy. There's a legacy that a man made a short for 10 years. But in our author Xuemo's writing career, there is a real story. There is a real story. Our author Xuemo used 12 years to write only this book. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah, okay. The background is our author Xuemo, okay? Is our author Xuemo my teacher. My teacher just give me some chilies, okay? Okay. 好，感谢神。其实有个读者说，我把胡子剃了之后，你变得很年轻。Yeah, our author Xuemo just come here to give us some chilies. Yeah, okay. So we like to eat some cherries. Sorry, the cherries. Yeah. So okay, let's continue talk about the book. Okay, the story of our author Xuemo. Yeah. Thank you so much, Lucas. Lucas, if you're new here, have you ever subscribed our channel, Lucas? Yeah, so you can find our author Xuemo's book on Amazon. Okay, and the book you have the Kindle ebook on Amazon and also the printed versions on Amazon. And the printed version is for fast delivery. Yeah, it's for fast delivery. So and also, can you imagine that before our author Xuemo write this book, our author Xuemo is a Chinese teacher in primary school. Uh, Yeah, the background, yeah, is our author Xuemo. The background is our author Xuemo. This wisdom man is our author Xuemo. So, just kidding. So, what you say that? Are you working in the illuminated? Yeah, actually, you can say that. You can say that. You can say that. Yeah. So I'm really curious who you are talking about too. So I just talked to our author Xuemo. Our author Xuemo, okay, we have a conversation with the scholar all over the world later, and he sent me some fruit. Okay, this is the cherry. The cherry. Uh, let's see, is product from Chile. Yeah, the cherries. Okay, and some come of the melons, and some of the melons. Yeah, would you like to eat some, Lucas? Yeah, yeah. So curious about that. I talked to our author Xuemo because our author Xuemo just sent some fruit to my Livestream room. Okay. Yeah. So let's continue to talk about our author Xuemo. Yeah. Uh, you mean the net? What do you mean the net? Okay. I'm so impressed by your work. I buy the book somewhere. Yeah, you can buy the book from Amazon. The Amazon. Yeah, and then you say that, and also, what is the white card of this? What is the white card? Mm, on the side. There's a white card. I cannot find the white card. Yeah, I cannot find the white card on the side. Is there? Ah, that's the book share. Okay, that's not the white card, my friend. Yeah, Lucas. Yeah, Lucas. So yeah, our author Xuemo's work is so great, so amazing. So that's why, for example, this book, Beyond Emptiness, this book has published about, has been sold about 10 million copies in China. 10 million copies in China, Beyond Emptiness. Yeah. And a lot of readers said this book is a life-changing book written by our author Xuemo. Yeah. Ah, is that okay? I cannot find it. The camera on the white. That's the book. Maybe that's the book. Yeah, that's the book. Is that the book? Oh, it's another phone. It's another phone. Yeah, it's another phone. Okay, it's another phone. Yeah, so I'm so sorry. And 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 I also take the live stream right here in Amazon, both YouTube and Amazon right here. Yeah. So that is the phone, another phone right here. Yeah. Yeah, Lucas. Yeah, Lucas, have you ever subscribed our channel? Yeah, have you ever subscribed our channel? If you don't, just subscribe our channel for more updates and for more wisdom books. As far as you know, our author Shermer write a lot of books, and our author Shermer's book, including the culture and the literature. And this book, Eternal Love, is the novel, the literature, and also this one is the culture, and also the desert church is about the literature. Okay, so this book, our audience want to tell the history and even the war, how the people live in 1990s in Western China in the rural villages. Yeah, how the people live. So, this book is actually is some kind of histories of the Western China in 1990s. So, in the years of 2025, an Italian professor come to visit our academy and have a conversations with our author Xuemo. And then he told me that through this book, there's a rise. He can know that what happens in Western China, in the countryside in Western China. So that is the book really addressed the Italian professor. So he said that this book, these three books, the Desert Trilogies is the best books about the Western China's country in 1990s. So our authorship aim to tell the world, even history, how how a generation of people live in this way. How a generation of people live in this way. Yeah. So let's continue to talk about our authorship story. Mm, I can also read the diary. Yeah, those books look so exciting. I'm definitely ordering them. I'm following you on the YouTube. Okay, by the way, what is the white things at the lens at the right? So that is the telephone. That's telephone. Another telephone when I also pay the live stream on Amazon. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So you mean this one? Okay. When I put the phones aside, you cannot find that. You cannot got that. Okay. Yeah, you mean this one? Okay, right here. Hi, Karan. Hi, Karana. Nice to meet you. Yeah, Uncle, don't be serious. Your coming live stream really very boring, Uncle. For explaining the books very boring. Yeah. Okay, Coronas. Okay, nice to meet you. Okay, thanks for your suggestions. Thanks for your suggestions. So we like to drink some tea. Yeah, we like to drink some tea. Okay. Mm, so I read the handwriting books of the desert rice. I I read the handwriting books about the desert rice. So during these 12 years, our author write the books again and again. New classes. Actually, that's not a new classes. Wonder month. Okay. Okay. So I have about three classes. Yeah. Sometimes when I put the glasses away, I forgot. I forgot that. And many days later, okay, and the glasses appear again. Yeah. So and my glasses are always playing the games with me. Okay. 5 days ago, late. Yeah, this is funny. Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah, you mean that is Joanna or Jan? That is Joanna. Yeah. See you. Okay, see you. I got it. Karuna. Okay. Karuna. Okay, nice to meet you. I'm so happy you're here with me today. Okay. Mm, so, if one book, I will preserve this book. Okay. I, I will prefer the Bison Emptiness. If I prefer Emptiness. If two books, hi, Yosi, nice to meet you. Long time no see, Yosi, nice to meet you. So if two books, I will select this book, Beyond Emptiness, and Buddha's Wisdom. Buddha's Wisdom. This book, Buddha's Wisdom. Yeah, this book has actually three books. Three books. You know that I love the culture. I love the culture. This book is about Mr. Xuemo interpret the Diamond Sutra. The Diamond Sutra, okay, this book, okay, it's about three books, the Diamond Sutras. Can you imagine that before our author will write the Buddha's wisdom, yeah, our author will research this book, yeah, okay. The rest about the book summaries no one understand because slow, yeah, yeah, I got it, yeah, I got it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay. Let's continue talk about it. Okay. This book is also about the culture. The culture. So I'm going to share you a story about our autism write this book. Okay. Buddha's wisdom. Shaman interpreted Diamond Sutra. So before our autism write this book, our autism do about 9 years closed door meditations. 9 years, totally 9 years. So and he read the books and research the books and do the meditations totally 9 years, 9 years. And he read one book, a series of books about the Buddhism, 168 books. Okay, 168 books. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. When I use the TikTok, okay, I feel like the TikTok have some kind of the AI summarized. Okay, but here we didn't have we didn't have this kind of tools. I don't know how to find that. Okay, so let's continue to talk about the story about this book. Okay, can you imagine that 168 books of the 乾隆大藏经? So our author German read this research this 168 books for 3 times. For 3 times, yeah, 3 times to research and the meditation, the 乾隆大藏经, and then our author German write this book, Buddha's Wisdom. So for common people, for ordinary people, we will read this 168 books for about 9 years. And our authors generally use 3 years to read it and research it and meditation it. Yeah, use the DeepSeek, ChatGPT. Okay, yeah, that's great. Mhm. Yeah. So, Lucas, I'm going to show you the way. Okay, there is a saying. There is a saying that okay, the heaven is similar with the library. Yeah, the similar. Okay, can you imagine that the heaven is the it is similar with the library. So for me, I will prefer the book for my room. The books for my room. Okay. So when I see the book around me, I feel peaceful and I feel comfortable. Yeah. So and only one book I will suggest you to take this one. Okay, it's on English. So I read this book many times and again. Now I start to read this book for the eighth times. The eighth times. Yeah. So I have to read this book at least about 20 times. Lucas, yeah, this book. And I'm going to share you good news about this book, Beyond Empathy, okay? Beyond Empathy, this book, it will be, how to say that? Okay, it will be, the English editions, it will be published in November of the 2026. So, and some reader, they will read the original one, the Chinese characters. Yeah. Wow. Wow. So when when will I write a book for my own? Actually, that's so great. 20 stories, libraries in your house. Yeah, that's great. Okay. Uh, no, I didn't delete the comments. I didn't deleting the comments. Is somebody take back of the comments? Yeah, yeah. Karuna, Karuna, yeah. So let's see. So, Lucas, what kind of book do you prefer? Culture or literature? Culture or literature, my friend? Okay. Yeah, I understand you. Yeah, I understand you. I just joking, my friend, Karina. Okay. So, Lucas, what kind of book would you prefer? Okay, my 2 hands are right here. How can I delete the comments? So, okay, Jensen is my friend. Jensen is my friend from, yeah. Yeah. Jensen is my friend, okay? Okay, he's very good. He's very good in our autonomous theories, yeah? Okay. So, Lucas, what kind of book would you prefer? That's according to which kind of book you want to read. So, okay, that's great. That's great. That's great. Okay, congratulations. So even though do you know there is a long poem books, a series of books written by our author Xuemo, is Sosaran is about 8 books. The 8 books, and then this book describe how to say that uh, and a planet is destroying. Yeah. Lana. I don't know that. Okay. So let's continue to talk about the story. Okay, let's continue to talk about our story and our author more. So and then um how is that? I forgot that. Okay, I forgot the story. Okay, so the book written by our author Xuemo. Okay, okay. Let's talk about the planning of Sosalang. Okay, that is the book. That's the 8 books written by our author Xuemo. Okay, and and the aging queen. Okay, make a planning of Sosalang. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So let's continue to talk about the planet. Okay, the planet was destroying, and then the goddess, Yeah, and then the goddess sent his daughter Nigama to the earth to find the way to secure the planet. So that is a story, okay? And then Nigama and the princess Nigama and the five men, they carry their mission to the earth to find a way to save their planet. And after these five men go to the earth, okay, and they lost their mission, okay, they forgot what are their missions to okay, Lewis, your friend Jackie Chan. Okay, that is Daniel's imagination. Okay, Daniel's imagine that. Yeah. So my friend is how to say that? Okay, Jet Li's friend. Okay, my friend Jet Li's friend. Yeah. So so if you want to know more about the books about Soul Salam, you can also my knowledge and by information not happy style live streaming go coming bye bye. Yeah, got it. See you. Okay, see you. Karuna. Okay, Karuna. Yeah. So let's continue talk about the story. Okay, our authorship's writing. That's our authorship's writing. Yeah. I just moved into a house with huge empathy. Yeah. So Daniel, how do you know that? How do you know that? Yeah. I don't know. I'm not so good at math. Lucas, I'm not so good at math. So if I recommend you to buy the book, so you can take you can take the books about the books got the Nobel Prize and and the books written by our author Xuemo. Yeah. So let's continue talk about the book, okay? Beyond Empathiness, written by Chinese author Xuemo, yeah? And this book is a life-changing book. And then also, I'm going to show you the way to find how to check out our mind. Where is our mind, okay? So, where is our mind right here? Yeah? Where is our mind? Yeah, of course. In another live channel, another channel. Yeah, another channel. From 8 p.m., 8 a.m. to 9:30. Yeah, 9:30. So that is the guidance from our autonomous school, how to check out our minds. So actually, if you ever know the story about this, yeah, you know that channel, yeah. So you know that many years ago, and the man built the gardens for Sakamuni. Okay, when he was dying, he was so afraid. When he was dying, he was so afraid. And then Sakamuni come to help him to find his mind. So and the story says like that. You maybe most of you will know that story, okay? So where is the fear? Okay, where is the fear come? And then it's actually in this book, where is our mind? The mind seeking chapters. Yeah. So I'm going to sharing you the guidance again. Okay. Actually, it's very source guidance from our author Shemo. Okay. Seek carefully, observe your own mind, relax fully, dwell in ease and openness. Draw awareness inward to self-reflect and keep tensions and gentleness well balanced. Observe where your mind abides. Does it remain steady and self-governed? Yeah. If your mind drifts away entirely, you become not different from wood, clay, or stone. Yeah. If you do poses a conscious mind, where exactly does this mind reside? Mm-hmm. Actually, okay, we have the salary from our author Xuemo, yeah, Daniel. Yeah, we have the salaries from our author Xuemo, yeah. So and also, I have I have before I come here, I have three apartments in China. Unfortunately, I showed the apartment two of the apartments. Okay, I showed two apartments when I come here. Now the apartments price are become very low price in China. Yeah, uh, many about let's see, I bought the apartment about 10 years ago. About 10 years ago, yeah. You know that the economy in China are not so good. They're not so good, yeah, are not so good. So if I sold the apartment right now, so at least I will lose about how much? I will lose about 1 million. Not 1 million. Actually, sorry. Yeah, let's see. I will lose about 100,000 RMB. Not 100. Actually, 600,000 RMB. I will lose 6,000 RMB for one apartment. Yeah. So now the price my apartment has been sold. Okay, I only left one apartment. Okay, only left one apartment. Okay, uh, I rent the apartment to someone else. Okay, and then they pay for me every month. Yeah, from the apartment. Yeah, and my apartment have been sold about two apartments, and then one apartment. If I sold the apartment right now, I will lose about at least 600,000 RMB for one. Now the apartment in China is in a very low price. Okay, so I was so lucky that then I sold the apartments about 4 years ago. 4 years ago, yeah. So let's continue to talk about the book, okay? So observe where your mind abides. Does it remain steady and self-governed? If your mind drift away entirely, if your mind drift away entirely, you become not different from wood, clay, or stone. If you do possess a conscious mind, where exactly does this mind reside? If it dwells inside your body, in which spot can you chase and find it? Okay, so that is the story. That is the way Sakamuni, okay, helped the garden builder to find his fears to transform the fear into the peaceful. Okay, and also in this book, our author Shimmer will help us for our mind seeking. Okay, for our mind seeking in this book. Okay, so if you do possess a conscious mind, where exactly does this mind reside? If it dwells inside your body, in which spot can you trace and find it? Search first through your hair. Okay? Search your mind. Okay? What is the truth? You know that I bought my apartment for mortgage. So I sold my apartments for the mortgages. Yeah. So you know that now that before I come here, I was a teacher. Okay, I was a teacher. Yeah. So yeah, that is so lucky for me. Okay, so lucky for me. Okay, so lucky for me. So I sold my apartment. Yeah. So let's continue to talk about the book, okay? Search first through hair and find body hair. Okay, where is your mind? Where is your mind? Then examine the limbs and joints one by one. Okay, so check out your mind, examine your limbs and the joints one by one. Check out your skin, your flesh, and your bones. Follow the five viscerals and the six hollow organs. Search where every part in proper sequence. Okay? Keep looking inward with sincere invocation. What, what hue does this mind hold? What hue does this mind hold? What things does it resemble in form? When joy, pain surge intensely, or anger bursts forth violently, focus harder to seek your mind. Yeah, focus harder to seek your mind and involve inwardly with earnest, earnest intent. Okay, whether bowing in worship or walking in meditation. Yeah, in meditation. So I have to charge my phone, okay? Because the phone was in low battery. Just wait a minute, my friend. Yeah, just wait a minute. The phone was in low battery. Yeah, okay. Just do it. Just do that, okay? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Actually, we're enjoying anything happen to us. We're enjoying anything happen to us. Okay, so we have to let go the attachment, let go of the anger, let go of the desire, and then so sometimes in our spiritual training, we have to let go of the methods. Okay, how can we transcend ourselves? So you know that that is one way for us. First, we have to let go the attachment, the self-attachment, and then when we let go the our self-attachment, okay, and become steady, that's become the fire of our life. I can and in one bit, if um, so if one be gone, and then you have to let go of the methods for your training. So the method of your training is just like the boat in your life. So we use the boat to cross the river. So after we on the other bank of the river, so we cannot carry the boat with ourselves and move on. So we have to let go the boat and keep going. So that's the way. So okay, that's some kind of the method attachment. Okay, the self attachment and the method attachments in our life. So that is the things we want to let go in our life. Yeah. So then that's in this book, Beyond Emptiness, you can find the methods and the guidance from this book. So that's why this book, a lot of people say this book is a, yeah, yes, yes. So a lot of people come here. They're so rich. They're so rich. Yeah. So some of the people are the boss of the company, and some of the people our governor. Yeah. And some people are the resident, and some people so, and some people are just the teachers, the professor from the university. Yeah. So there's one editor right here. The one editor right here, he is yeah, she is the professor of a university. Yeah. Mm, so when we So what do you think we owe anything? So we let go that our fortune, yeah, we let go our fortune, we let go of so that is for transcend our in our spiritual journey. Okay, so we got the transcendence in our spiritual journey. That's more important than the treasures and the apartments in our life, my friend. Yeah. So let's continue talk about the book. Okay. So when joy, pain surge intensely, or anger bursts forth violently, focus harder to seek your mind and involve inwardly with earnest intent, whether bowing in worship or walking in meditation. Never depart from this practice of mind seeking. Really? That's great. Audience show in my show. Okay. Yeah. You also have a live stream on on your channel, Jensen. Jensen. That's great. That's great. That's so great. Yeah. That's so great. So, mm, actually no. Actually no. So, and some every people have their chase in their life. Every people have their destiny in their life. Yeah. Okay. Only reasons low audience unable to understand speak lack of fluency. Really? Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. So I have to improve my English. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks for your opinion. Yeah, Jensen. So let's continue to talk about the book. Okay. Let's continue to talk about the book. When the body and mind grow weary, ask yourself, where has the mind gone? Where's the mind gone? Okay. When chaotic, wandering thoughts arise, pause to locate your scanty mind. When abiding in mindful observation, keep checking where awareness rests. Cut off delusive thoughts without delay. Practice steadily day and night without cease. Without cease, when the mind grows lucid and clear, abide peacefully, free from clinging attachment. Yeah, that's great. That's great. That's great. Yeah, yeah, you're right, Jensen. Yeah, you're right. So thanks for your opinion. Thanks for your suggestions. Okay, I have to go. I have to join the conversation of our author Xuemo. Our author Xuemo will take the conversation with the scholar later. Okay, see you, my friend Jensen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, okay. Thanks for your suggestions and thanks for Daniel. Okay, thank you so much for company with me. Okay, see you. Have a nice day. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got it. See you. Have a nice day. See you.